That's okay. But yeah, no, the whole live stream thing. I know some people like hardcore YouTubers. I just like doing the odd video. I'm not going to make this into a career, but it's just having somewhere to put this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's important, isn't it? Been documenting history for these 5 years now,
Like I said, I just got sick and tired of people saying,
Ah,
"Oh, it's not new under the sun."
here we go. We are live.
Hey,
Okay. Well, hello and welcome to the ESK8 UK live show. As always, with Silent Suki. And tonight with our friend ESK8 James on this very special end of year wrap up. How you doing, James?
I'm doing great. It's the end of a frustrating year. Family moved into a much quieter street, that kind of situation. So I can now just chill.
Oh, good. What's the street like providing? Is the train okay? The
Well,
service?
it's where she lived peacefully before for 20 years. So nothing in particular, but she's midway between the town and me, so that's good. So I can like charge there before going home or eat there before going to town. It's great.
Ah, it's a good charging sort of staging post for you then. That's
Yeah,
working out well.
so
Glad to hear it. Well, wish you all the best with that this year.
thank you.
So you've been very busy as always, compiling this list.
Good
Hold
day.
up, good day, Craig, down under. So this is your fifth year of compiling the news and all the buzz of the Eastgate world. Tell us what's been going on, James. What's number 50 or number one? Which way are we going?
Well, last year it was 40 items. I think, the one, two, well, there was just 10 less than I would have liked, but, it's fine. This year there's been loads going on. I managed to be like free short, so I've got conversation topics at the end. But it's funny how people say there's no new under the sun with electric skateboards, and then there is. And I really like how they keep reinventing the wheel, sometimes genuinely, with light up hubcaps, which I need. So yeah, just so many different things, and gosh, where to start?
Hmm.
Right then.
Yeah,
So
literally reinventing the wheel. Number one.
number one, Udita board. Many people have heard about these with their Pixel, programmable Pixel skateboard. What a concept! Your skateboard is a TV. It's brilliant, and they brought out a short board version of it. They said it couldn't be smaller, and now it is. And I mean, it just astonishes me how Yeah, it just astonishes me how skateboards suddenly become this tech infused. I mean, to say you're basically riding a TV with swappable batteries, it's just incredible. And I mean, if not for shipping issues, I would have had one of their non-pixel based boards years ago. Maybe I'll get one of these another day. Who knows?
Mm. Yeah, very good. My sort of lights. Watch a movie as you ride.
Yeah, it's
Maybe do
definitely
music videos.
definitely Tron inspired, and I like how the form factor has changed. I'm more of a kind of cruiser kicktail skateboard rider, but the previous version of this was more like a boosted board, dancer board, I think they call it.
Hmm.
Or yeah. So moving on to number two. Gosh,
Yeah.
where to start with
Yeah.
this one? Um, Mono wheel RoboCop.
I remember this one coming out of China.
Yeah, it's
Um,
goodness me. Basically, it's a giant mono wheel self driving AI one wheel thing that does 20 miles per hour. It can relay messages to the public, slow down, stop, in the name of the law. But the idea of like a giant flipping one wheel
mm,
chasing after e scooter riders, it's something out of science fiction. And I'm not sure
and
whether
it can,
to.
whether we like it, doesn't it? I remember chatting to you at the time, and if I remember right, fly as a net. This one, doesn't it, is one of its options at the moment. To
Honestly, I mean, it
yeah,
just. They say fact is stranger than fiction, and my God, is this something straight out of RoboCop?
is this is this something out your nightmares? Nightmares, isn't it? You're kind of skating along, the next thing this is on your tail, and you're having to outrun it.
Yeah.
It's trying to
I mean,
catch you, and
everybody's on about these androids and RoboCop, sorry, Terminators. Never mind that. Are you seeing this? You're being chased
yeah.
down the street by a giant flipping wheel with guns.
So I'm definitely not eating any cheese before bed tonight, otherwise this will be in my nightmares.
Nope. Number three, some fantastic news. Usually, brands go boosted, they don't come back. Lacroix did. So yeah, Lacroix, Adam and Jesse are the new owners of Lacroix. After a period of uncertainty, they're under new ownership. And yeah, it just
Brilliant.
incredible to see what was a kind of a premium brand come back from the
Mm,
ashes. And who knows, maybe just maybe boosted board can come back. That is scary. Yes.
yeah. Well, I think they did help out with Booster as well, didn't they? The guys behind the class, so they've got a track record with this. So good on them. Good luck for the future.
And hopefully, who knows, maybe boosted come back. I mean, I think the copyright of the name belongs to Lime Scooters, so who knows. Anyhow, we like boosted boards. On to number four, a short documentary. This is an old documentary from Gizmondo on YouTube, and it resurfaced. And we don't see many kind of pre 2021 electric skateboard documentaries, but I thought they did a really good take on this, and they were in San Francisco. But I think it'd be good to do like a 5 years later. Are they still building electric skateboards in that company? Sorry, community,
Community,
because
wasn't it? Yeah.
we just don't get many electric skateboard documentaries, and we do get the odd news article that isn't very encouraging for electric scooters. Right.
Mm,
Moving on to
yeah.
number five. Number five, we love Mad Wheels, the boosted board wheels, and yet again they keep getting wider and wider. They went from 50 mil to 55 to 60, and now 70 mil wide. And obviously, the contact patch, the wider your wheels are, the more stability. I mean, how wide do you need your skateboard wheels at this point? but
Will they ever get wider than the diameter? That'd be interesting, wouldn't
yeah, I mean, it's funny
it?
how even trucks themselves, they started out being 7 inch wide, then we've got 9 inch wide, 10, 12 inch wide trucks. It's just, they're basically turning into cars at this point in terms of the footprint.
18 inch and other streams, but won't linger on that topic too long. Moving on.
Moving on to number six. Now, this one is Propel. Their Sigma model. They revealed it, Propel EV, belt driven shortboard. But the more interesting thing about it was the fact that it had the palm remote. And for those who haven't seen this, the palm remote looks a bit like a kind of car key fob, but with a bit more style, full color screen, all that. And I think it really made people think, wait, electric skateboard remotes can look like, I don't know, a fancy watch or some digivice in my
Uh,
mind. So that was good. And they made it left and right handed for obvious reasons.
yeah, yeah, the screen, seeing the screen, I remember thinking that was a good feature, that practical feature. A lovely little thing to hold in your hand, as well as functioning really well.
Definitely. And it just goes to show that, that they're still reinventing the wheel. The ground hasn't settled that much. But yeah, it was a really tiny kind of extreme short board, probably the tiniest one you'd see, but carbon fiber, extra short board for portability reasons. And I just think that normally they don't have much power, these, but the fact they put a belt driven motor on it gave it the power it needed, and lights as well.
Yeah. I remember seeing some of the YouTubers test this out in ESK8 being brought to them at the hotel
Hmm.
back last year.
So yeah, that definitely set the standard for kind of what could be done with a very, very tiny electric skateboard, I think. So hopefully we'll see more designs that improve upon that. But lights, we love lights. Moving on from that, number seven, Max Finder worked towards their long overdue shortboard revision. And many people will be familiar with their really old shortboard. It took them a while to catch up. Eventually they did it. And, it's just good to see that revisions can happen from legacy models to something that's a bit more, I don't know, um, contemporary. Yeah, moving on to eight, Cloud Wheel. Now, I love Cloud Wheels, but
Oh,
unfortunately, the two-part plastic core, you couldn't buy those separately. And then all of a sudden, there was a listing for this, which meant finally I can start using the same wheels on all my different legacy hub motors. And that's just, it should have been there since day one, I think, really. The kind of 3D printed promise that things are interchangeable. And that definitely made me happy that month because I was like, finally, wheels that fit all the boards,
yeah,
not just the one.
yeah. Very important for her motor, that one was. I remember that.
Number nine, unfortunately, after 5 years in business, Boards goes boosted. And this is just the facts of the electric skateboard industry. It's sometimes the companies last 2, 3 years at the most. Some of them get to 5 years and call it quits. It's still quite a new industry, and um, any that stick around is always good, but it's always sad to see someone go boosted.
Absolutely. Yeah, you kind of almost predicted every year that we're going to see a few fall, isn't it? When some new ones come into the market, thankfully.
Mm-hmm. Number 10. E scooters blamed for children caught in the UK without a driving licence.
Ah, yes. Well, they
I,
can't get, yeah, we
I,
had insurance, wasn't it? And they can't get insurance for the
yeah,
scooters.
I just found it really funny. It's like, okay, so you need a driving licence for a scooter that does 12 or 15 miles per hour. It's out of proportion. I could understand if it was a 25, 30 miles an hour model, but I mean, basically, it's still a scooter with those speeds. You can,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
just doesn't
for a
make sense.
scooter, yeah, yeah, it does seem disproportionate, doesn't it? And
No, no. But I mean, what do they expect? Kids that are 12 years old to do? Get a driving license? You can't. Not at that age. So
no.
I just thought that was a bit surreal.
Mm-hmm.
On to
Understandable.
11. This was like, oh my god, it finally happened. Meanwhile, Cloudwheel innovates yet again. This time with Cloud Neon RGB LED hubcaps.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm. And they also made these really interesting kind of dual durometer solid state wheels. And I was like, finally, because I've been saying, wouldn't it be nice to have light up hubcaps on electric skateboards, especially hub motors, for years and years and years. And then it finally happened, and it was so Tron. I I was so happy.
This was the year then for these innovations here.
Yeah, they're very expensive, but they're very nice. And I just wish I had the skateboard these would fit. I think it's really curious how one of the ways in which the hubcap stays on is magnets. And I don't think it's a locking mechanism. I could be wrong about that, but the fact that magnets are enough to hold on a light up hubcap, I think that's
Mm.
very, very curious.
And then you have got the motors, haven't you? Magnets in the motors very close to that, but obviously it's worked. People that have done it. And
Hmm. Let me just turn the volume up a bit. Right, on to number 12. Now, this one is X-Way's Slimline Concept X model. Very different. So,
that's not it, is it? What we were just looking at on
no,
that particular board. It was the one they showed at ESK8 I think, wasn't it? It was
that's right. Hmm. So,
the
the two things stood
prototype,
out.
so to speak. Yeah,
Yeah, two things stood
was
out the most to me. Number one is it claims to be the strongest 37 miles per hour hub motor to date.
yeah,
Normally, hub motors do 28, 31 miles per hour easily. But the other thing that was really strange was it has a wireless charger.
yes.
And obviously, magnetic chargers have been tried in the past, but the idea of like a wireless charger, the tech we normally have in our phones, but on an electric skateboard was really interesting for me because you
Mm,
don't see that very often. I haven't seen
no,
enough about this, so hopefully the concept works, but still.
might might see it introduced elsewhere. Very nice, clear. You could see the batteries on it as well, the casing, the way they had it, and the lights as it charged up progressively along the length of the board. I wonder if we'll ever see it come to production.
Who knows? I mean, there seems to be a trend now for clear enclosures with built-in RGB lights. So perhaps the kind of crystal clear skateboard will come to pass. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows? Moving on from that, this one you might need to keep an eye out for. Number 13, non foldable e bikes to be banned across most of London's transport networks. I just think that's a bit silly. Because the fact is, most bikes don't fold, whether they're electric or otherwise, and just saying, unless it folds, no. I mean, everybody knows that the trains are crowded, and anyone who's tried to get a bicycle on a train knows the carriages are not fit for purpose. So I just think that's something to keep an eye out for, and just solidarity with the cycling community.
Yeah, it'd be a great time when all the transport is integrated, isn't it? And
Mm,
sort of PV users can moved from trains to tubes, cars to their PUV vehicles,
Yeah,
and
I think one of the reasons I switched to kind of using electric skateboards over bikes on trains is once I basically said, right, how am I supposed to get my bike on the train when just people will not move?
stopped.
And their advice was
Yeah,
just fight your way on with a bike. And I'm thinking, really, is that the best advice that the train service can give someone for a dedicated cycling carriage? And in most cases, you'll find somebody stood there.
yeah,
Right.
annoying, isn't it?
It's
Moving
very
on.
this one, very positive. Number 14, confirming what many skaters already know to be true. Study reveals skateboarding helps depression. Who knew?
Yes.
Exercise,
Yeah,
entertainment kind of says it all. And of course, that would help,
yeah,
build finding your community, finding people that are like minded. Of course, skateboarding helps depression. But it's good to have the medical study to back it up.
yeah. It might help going forward, isn't it? The community and more things happening.
As for number 15, now this is an e-scooter thing, but the numbers that they're talking about are just incredible. So, Segway issued a recall for all of its 9-bot Max G30P and Max G30LP electric scooters due to a faulty mechanism that can cause the scooters to collapse whilst it's in use.
Mm.
And there are
Was it the hand?
220,000.
The hand? Yeah, big numbers.
I mean,
Wasn't it the
how
handlebars would collapse? Wasn't it something along those lines? They'd end up on skateboards. Start
uh,
off on a scooter, end up
I just
skateboard.
I mean, for one, any electric scooter that folds down whilst you're using it due to a faulty mechanism, that's bad. But how did they not
Yeah,
notice that after making 220,000?
yeah,
I mean, wow, that's a lot of wasted money.
yeah.
Gosh.
It makes me think of those foldable bikes that the trains wanting people on,
Mm,
and you see
mm.
the problem with the foldable scooters here.
But the numbers of that just
Mm.
are
Mind
terrifying.
boggling.
I mean, that will bankrupt anyone.
Mm.
Okay, on to 16. A new V3 Max model is silently released by Meepo. Now, the reason I mention this one is because they swapped from axle to axle-less hub motors. So the same used by Backfire, meaning that, it's just easier to swap them out. And if the axle breaks, you know,
Yeah,
new trucks. Um, and yeah, I thought that's really good. They started doing, I think, 28 miles per hour as well, which is the new kind of standard. That and 31 miles per hour. But it's good to
yeah.
see these become more widely used. Because Meepo being the budget board company, obviously
Mm.
we like affordable parts.
Yes. Yeah, it's good to say it's important to fix things, isn't it?
Mm,
Right to repair. It's been well spoken about.
yeah. Number 17. Sadly, Team G went boosted. No surprise. They didn't post anything on their website, on Facebook for 1 to 2 years. And I mean, their design, it was used by Lycaon. They went boosted. It is being used by Sharkwheel. And, they just never really innovated on their design. And then they made an electric scooter that couldn't climb hills. So the writing was on the wall for a long time. And but no surprises that they weren't boosted.
Yeah, always sad when we lose another company.
Definitely. And then number 18, an electric skateboard company called eLofty, known for being a parts supplier, launched their first production model called the Alpha S6, which is a belt or gear driven shortboard. Top speed of 31 to 37 miles per hour. Not a bad first start. And yeah, I thought that's quite interesting in terms of your first attempt at making an electric skateboard and, new one to watch, eLofty.
Yeah, yeah. As you said, parts manufacturer for a long time and now coming to the front. I remember thinking a very sexy looking board, this one. Sort of red and sort of very shiny.
It
Nice.
is one of the things that I always notice is whenever there's a new electric skateboard company, I'll see do they even sell replacement parts. And for those who remember the Shark Wheel, who I previously just mentioned, it took me, I think, about a year for them to sell me replacement hub motor sleeves. And their reason
Oh,
was we won't sell you a wheel unless you own our board. And a sale is a
Yeah.
sale. Just sell me the wheels, like it's some
Mm,
copyrighted secret in the industry. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
if you want your company to survive, you better sell the parts, I think.
definitely.
And
I remember there was a fashion, well, people like freeboard bindings for the electric skateboards, and they wouldn't sell them in Europe at one point to people unless you were a freeboard sort of skateboarder. You couldn't just buy the bindings.
uh,
They started putting the price up and making it difficult to get hold of them.
hmm,
Mm.
number
Moving
19,
on.
new Orion Palm style remote design emerges from eLofty. Now, eLofty, that skateboard, good first attempt, but this remote, I mean, wow. It is the most expensive electric skateboard remote I have ever seen. It costs £185. Wow. I mean, could you imagine if you broke your TV remote or lost your car key and it costed £185? Aye, aye,
Wow.
aye, aye. It's a wonderful design, but what are they doing with that price? I mean, that's half the price of an electric skateboard.
Yeah, you can ride electric skateboards that price, can't you?
Yep, yep. I just, it's a cool design, but I do not know what they were thinking with that price. Ouch.
Mm. Yeah, I can't think of any other quite close to that number.
Thanks, Suki. On to item number 20. Meepo revises their metal core wheel sleeves. So, for those who remember legacy electric skateboard hub motors, they had a bit of an issue where it was metal on metal and the wheel sleeves would basically fuse to the hub motor and you could not get the damn things off. And one
Mm.
of the things that happened this year is they started swapping out that metal material for plastic, really solid ABS. And the cool thing about it is that that means the metal won't fuse. You can actually remove your wheels much easier. And as far as I've seen, nobody really breaks these. So it seems to be quite strong, the plastic, for what it is. And that'll probably reduce manufacturing costs, I hope. And it was a nice kind of what's the word, uh, improvement upon the
Yeah,
design that way.
yeah, yeah. You don't want fused motors to wheels. So yeah, it's definitely improvement there. Good.
But it's good to know that these fit their legacy hub motors and the new axle less hub motors.
Yeah, 'cause they don't always do that. Companies, so they don't always sort of look after the previous
No.
model.
And then onto other kind of new companies that are finding their feet. 21, Pit Zoom introduced a competitor to Shredlight's SL-FX underglow lights. I've seen these on bicycles, on electric scooters, but I don't think I've really seen any reviews of electric skateboarder riders. You know, road vibration and all that more intense.
Mm.
But the fact that there is a competitor to kind of underglow lights from Shred Lights, the SLFX, which I think cost about £60 plus, and these cost 15, £20, something
Yeah.
to. And it's good to see that.
So
'Cause lights shouldn't cost you the world,
no, it is the mounting system of the skateboards, isn't it? And the brackets and the durability that way.
definitely. Um, but yeah, as always, you don't want to be in the pitch black on your skateboard at night.
And we're
On
getting such a lot of
to
dark at the
hmm,
moment, aren't we? In the UK, getting such a lot of dark at the moment in the UK.
yeah, I know I've gone over the fields and there's people walking German shepherds in the pitch black with no light on the collars, and then they go off you, and you think, well, lights would have helped.
Absolutely.
Okay, number 22. This one's really very curious. How electric scooters are driving China's salt battery push. And I think that's very interesting because we've solid state batteries and so forth, but salt based batteries being used for electric scooters, could they be used for electric skateboards? Because as you know, the most expensive thing in any electric vehicle is the damn battery.
Mm. Yeah, they were a cheaper option, weren't they? I seem to remember they weren't the energy density and such like wasn't so good. I think it was the price which was the big advantage.
Mhm. In terms of like say your 2 amp hour battery ones, your 4 amp hour batteries. I'd be curious to see how they would work as a salt based battery, because who knows where the future of batteries will go. But if it's salt, maybe it could work.
We want smaller, don't we? Smaller with the same capacity or more capacity, please.
Yes. Yes. 23. A new purpose made cleaning solution for portable electric vehicles emerges. 2 years in the making. Allegedly safe on motors, batteries, and carbon fibre. Leaves a nanoprotective film to repel water and grime.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, made in the UK. PUV clean. And I really want to see more reviews on this. I unfortunately, when they sent me mine, for whatever reason, the solution wasn't in the box. So I'm going to have to buy it myself and hope it don't get lost in the post again.
Ah, that was unfortunate.
But the idea of like a purpose-built cleaning solution for electric vehicles is always good.
Oh, you were never liking the salt-based battery, the last topic.
Yeah. Could you get a top up from the takeaways? I'll have a salt-based battery with my chips, thanks.
Imagine.
Okay, moving on to 24. It's not often MPs get involved in this way. MPs urge eBay and Amazon to tighten controls on e-bike and charger sales. So, as we all know, if you're getting a Dodge Charger, don't do it. But to know that they're actually trying to stop really sketchy chargers and electric bicycles, I think that's to be encouraged. There's obviously a fair bit of propaganda for exploding e-scooters and stuff, but there are some very dodgy e-scooters, and you can never, you know, be fully sure. But nevertheless, the fact they're trying to make regulations better for these, it's good to know.
Hmm. I think the big problem was people not pairing the charging voltage with the battery. Maybe
Mm, mm,
that can cause them to catch fire. Maybe if you had people sort of answering a question, do you know what voltage your battery is, and maybe having to input that before you can buy the charger.
no.
Who knows?
In most cases, I think like what happens is people think, oh, I can charge this faster, and then they get something
Yeah.
like a 10 amp hour, 20 amp hour
Oh,
charger, and
oh,
before
the
you know
amp
it,
speed. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, being
yeah,
too. Yeah,
there's a good
I've seen that
reason.
happen.
Yeah, there's a good
Yeah.
reason batteries take a while to charge. They don't like being fast charged, within reason.
No. Yeah, absolutely.
Onto a cheerful article though. Number 25, what schools can learn from skate culture. And I think this is encouraging. It says skaters who experience poverty and oppression create their own ecosystem for learning from one another, from being out of an educational system that is organised in a top down way. This means creating a grassroots school model where the skate crews choose what and how they want to learn, rather than grades and degrees. Education is structured around the process of learning from your peers, with the idea of passing this knowledge on in the near future. That is very interesting
Yeah.
because everybody knows that skaters, they build their community and they share that information, whether it's DIY know-how, tips and tricks for riding responsibly at high speeds, and just the idea of that being enshrined in educational, structures, I
Mm,
think is good because, as you all know, uh, make it fun, people learn faster.
sure. Yeah, it's good.
Number 26. This one resurfaced on social media, and it's a very strange thing. A 25 miles per hour motorized land paddle system from REM, not the
Oh
band,
yes.
not the band.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, it,
The Harry Potter paddle, I'm gonna call it.
yeah, imagine a kind of a Harry Potter broom, but there's a wheel on the end of
Yeah,
it, and it motorizes you. And
yeah.
they tried. I mean, wow. The Kickstarter unfortunately failed back in 2024. I didn't spot this
Mm,
article at the time, but I just think it's so surreal. It has to be included. I'll be
yeah.
posting all these links in one comment, in
Hmm.
one long post later on, I should say. Um, but yeah,
And that can be used with skateboards, roller skates, can't do anything with wheels really.
definitely. And I think what confuses me is land paddles. In my experience, they're not that good at stopping fast. Would a
Stopping's the issue.
But would a
Yeah.
hub motor land paddle stop you faster? It's curious. But yeah, gosh, what a design.
Mm. Ice hockey as well. Got a bit of that vibe to it there. Cool. Something
Moving on.
people might look forward to.
Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on number 27, e-scooter rental trials extended yet again until 2028.
Will they ever end?
Never ends, never ends. I mean, they've been
It
legal
doesn't,
in
does
other
it?
countries for 10 years, but we're still chasing after it. Typical.
No.
And it says there are currently 18 live trials across England, which were previously due to end in 26. The UK government has confirmed that the trials of e-scooters will be extended. Ugh. Never seems to
Yeah.
end, does it?
Will they ever end? That's what I was about to say.
Mhm. On to
So,
another emerging transport option. 28. Elsewhere, things are starting to speed up with Atmosphere and their electric inline e-skates. They're now testing 24 miles per hour speeds, whereas previously it was 18 miles per hour. So it feels like that's going to be the new standard, and to be honest, needs to be if you want to climb in hills. So I'm definitely interested in seeing where this goes. Costs as expensive as they are the main company doing electric inline skates, and I think they seem to be doing things right.
good. Let's hope that goes the right way then.
Yeah. They also talked about swappable batteries, so hopefully that will become a thing as well.
We love swappable batteries, don't we?
Mhm. On to 28. Meanwhile, the first ever production electric mini bike with an auto wheelie function appears. Quite the milestone for gyroscopic technology. So it's called the Wheelie Fun bike. 6-inch kind of one wheel hub motor, peak allegedly 5,000 watts, claimed 35 miles per hour top speed, 10 to 28, 10 to 20 amp hour battery options, 78 volts, monoshock suspension frame and forks, plus disc and adjustable rear regen brakes. Wheelie bikes. Who knew they could make that into a thing? Press the button.
I think this is fab, isn't it? Yeah, it's makes wheeling easy for everyone.
Definitely. And I mean, gosh, this really does feel like the thing that is going to get people into kind of mini bikes, one that can automatically wheelie. And I did a bit of research, and there are some kind of similar mini bike brands on eBay. But to see an electric one wheel company, in a sense, go to bikes
Yeah,
rather than e scooters, I think that's very, very encouraging.
I think a little later on there might be another sort of one wheel company getting in on this, but we'll
That's
leave that
right.
for then. Yeah.
That's right. On to number 30. Gosh, what a story this was. InMotion announces test run of their newest hyperclass EUC. This P6 model in particular has a claimed top speed of 93 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Wow. I
That's
mean,
scary quick, isn't it?
yep. And they did some kind of rider trials. Do you feel comfortable at being able to ride 60 miles per hour on a motorcycle wheel? I mean, just 93 miles per hour. That is mental.
Yeah, it's a bit quick for me. I must be honest.
I
I
just,
guess everyone's got to decide how quick they're prepared to ride, isn't it? What's your quickest sort of top speed that you're
I
happy
mean,
with?
I'm just every time I read that, I'm just speechless because there's a fine line between whoa and what on earth are you doing, and that is, are you serious? 93 miles per hour on an electric unicycle. I don't know if that even needs to exist.
This is my point. How quick how quick does everyone want to go? That's something people need to decide themselves, I guess, isn't it? And there'll be always those who want to go that little bit quicker or that little bit further.
Yep. And
Yeah.
speaking of that little bit quicker, the next one is a similar thing. 31. The top e scooter, the Turbo e scooter, wants to set a Guinness World Record. It has a 24,000 watt dual motor propulsion system powered by a
Okay.
1,800 watt hour battery that theoretically could deliver 150 miles of range at normal speeds, 80 miles
Top
per hour.
speed.
and it can go faster than 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, you're right up there again. Now we triple figures.
Yeah, and that's the world record it intends to set at Bonneville. Um, wow, 100 miles per
Yeah,
hour on an e-scooter. I mean,
yeah,
just
it's incredible, isn't it?
I
What a world we're living in. I guess it could be like Formula One with the cars. These sort of technologies can trickle down and make things safer and more efficient and
I
all
don't
sorts of
think you could.
improvements.
I don't think anybody could make a.
Not at 100, but could make the lower speed then maybe safer, you know? Yeah.
Yep. And then back to kind of one wheel. They released a new model called the Rally X, XL, which obviously is the biggest, baddest one they've done to date. It has a 25 miles per hour top speed, 6-inch tire treaded, 23% more volume tire. And yeah, it's just one of those.
Torque was the big thing with this chat number one wheelers. It gives a lot more from that company, you know?
Yeah, so it feels like this is very much a design that was made in response to what all the other kind of one wheel adjacent companies,
Yeah.
Float Wheel, for instance. And it's good that they 25 miles per hour has become the kind of new top standard, which, to be honest, it really needed to be. If your hill speed climb becomes, hill speed, hill climbs, I'm getting confused. Um,
Declines.
it's been a long week. Yeah,
Long year.
so yeah, in my experience, 25 miles per hour becomes 15 miles per hour, and that's why I think these top speeds are needed.
We got you.
Obviously, the bigger the wheel, the less torque and less top speed you have as well when going uphill. So it's good to see that up to that top speed as it needed to be.
Yeah, step in the right direction there. Trying to sort of keep up with the guys who are vesting them, isn't there? The one wheels getting more power.
Mhm. Number 33, electric skateboard company Backfire releases their first e-scooter design, and as far as I can see, seems to tick all the right boxes with its specs. 20
Mm.
amp hour battery capacity, 31 miles per hour top speed, 500-watt dual motors, drum brakes, full lights and indicators, tubeless rubber tires, plus full suspension. And I think this is one of those rare occasions where an e-scooter company, so an electric skateboard company, has done an e-scooter right. And I'm hoping this
Mm.
sticks around because it's very tempting to get one.
Ah, this might be the one then. We'll watch
Mm.
out for space.
Usually, whenever an electric,
The price is quite attractive, isn't it? It's not too spendy.
yeah, usually the pattern is that when an electric skateboard company tries e-scooters, they shortly go boosted after that. But as far as
Yeah,
this is concerned, I think it will do good for them, or at least I hope it will.
yeah. Let's hope they turn the tide on the previous stories with that.
Mhm. On to 34. I hope this claim is true. Normally, these 75 mil hub motors only do 16 to 18 miles per hour. I've tried three different models, and that seems to be the standard. However, Onsra's new shortboard, Zeno, claims it can do 24 miles per hour, which is what I said would happen, I think, 2 years ago, where you can have the smaller hub motors, but you can still have the same standard top speed. And
Okay,
even though it is very expensive, they've done what I said would happen, which is good.
that's what we want then. More performance from
Yeah,
those head motors.
because there's no reason why these small motors couldn't be more powerful, and it has been done.
Yeah, yeah. If you give them the amps, isn't it? I guess then with the smaller steel, that speed torque thing again, is it? They have to turn more times to travel the distance.
Yep.
But yeah,
Uh,
they do.
on, so, and on to 35. So we don't often talk about shoes other than wearing electric skateboard shoes, and this one got a lot of press for good and bad reasons. Van brought out a skate shoe with a heel and three buckles. There were various jokes about it and all that, but I just thought it's interesting to mention this because we're still waiting for dedicated shoes for electric skateboard riders. We have motorcycle shoes, we have work boots, but where are the armored e skate shoes? Um, But no, somewhat different. So maybe that'll eventually happen. Um, but it's kind of cool because this is one that stands out as different from all the usual Converse and Lee Coopers.
Hmm. One that our silent Suki might be interested in there with the heel.
Mm-hmm.
Might see sponsored by these or sporting a pair.
All right. Moving on to 36, Backfire released their new slimline model revision with Error 5. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is because on the previous version, you couldn't swap the hub motor sleeves, and that
Ah,
seems silly considering every hub motor you can swap the tyres on. So they went
yes.
back to it, which is good. And yep, 26 miles per hour top speed, green LED deck, 6 amp hour battery, Hobbywing ESC, and claimed 7.7 kilograms overall weight. So good to see this revision. Good to see they went back to motors you could actually swap the sleeves on.
Definitely. Yeah. You want to throw your board away because you've worn the sleeves out, or buy
Mm-hmm.
new motors.
Definitely.
Madness.
On to 37. It's been a really long time since we've seen well much with push assist technology, and this company, which is really strangely named Liquid Skateboard, said well they're making efforts with it. Get this, they raised £82,000 of their £30,000 Kickstarter goal. Sorry, euros.
Okay.
But here's what doesn't add up. It uses one 13 miles per hour hub motor with 75 millimeter wheels and a 90 watt hour battery, which is what, 2 amp hours, 1.5. Um, but
Mm.
even more stranger, this to me feels like the worst decision they could have made. It uses a pressure pad to activate the braking response, which
Oh
many
wow.
yeah, rather than a remote, which everybody uses because it works. They decided to
Mm.
do a pressure pad, and I don't think that's going to work out too well for them.
Well, it's whether you apply it when you don't want the break in, isn't it?
Mm,
Accidentally could be an issue.
yep.
Let's hope they figured it out. Something that we're not imagining,
Hmm,
but
hmm.
not like it. Not like my idea. That part
No,
of it.
no. There's a damn good reason that they took away pressure pad based control methods on electric skateboards.
Yeah.
They they are very unreliable, other than say in the example of one wheels and float
And
wheels and all
wheels,
that.
yeah, yeah. I know they can have ghosting issues and they can have sensor issues, but it does seem to generally work well for them, doesn't it?
Mhm. Moving on to 38. I think this news pretty much made my year, and when I've got the money, I'm definitely going to get a pair of these. Meepo's new Cyclone 107s rubber wheels. They also fit hub motors, and they are acclaimed
Oh,
durometer 60A.
wow.
Now, for those of us in the skateboard world, the
Oh,
softest wheels we usually see are 72A. So the fact they've gone beyond that and they fit hub motors, which in general are quite a painful ride, it's fantastic. And think it's fair to say these are the softest solid state wheels you can get. And gosh,
any
what a
any
what
any softer, it'd be liquid. You'd be, you'd be pouring over the wheel.
yeah. I mean, obviously that there's pneumatics and all that in a true fun, but
eh,
solid wheels for me, no punctures. It just makes sense. And 60A, obviously they would wear down faster, but there is a
quickly,
bonus.
yeah.
The smaller your wheels, the more range you get. So the sooner
Yeah,
these
so
becomes,
yeah, I guess start off with a nice big wheel and then wear it down, isn't it?
well, what, 90
They get
mils
a
the
bit like,
standard? If
yeah,
90 mils
get
the
wear it.
standard, and these start
We've
at
got 17
107.
mil, 17 mil to play with on my quick maths there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, it's been a long time coming because really, in terms of hub motors, the soft options you have are cloud wheels, and now there's these. So it's exciting. It's very exciting. No
I
pain for
hope
my
they
feet.
did that. I hope they feel as good as we hope they're going to.
Mhm. And then on to item number 39. This is one closer to me. E-scooter trial could be launched in Leeds. Its current e-bike hire provider, Beryl, is to run the scheme if it gets the go ahead. And I spotted this in their guidance documents when they were talking about bringing the e-bike hire scheme to Leeds. And I said, "You also do e-scooters. When are they showing up?" A few years down the line, here they are. And as anyone knows, in my city, or in most cities, electric scooters are everywhere. And we are the motorway city historically, so it's about time. We have the largest cycle network in the UK, so I think we're the right place for it. But no e-scooter hire scheme is foolproof, and I can't wait to see the
Mm.
chaos. I can't wait to see the success.
Yes. Yeah. Keep an eye out for the what's the word I'm looking for? Increased patrols and such like can come with that sometimes, you know.
True,
So
true.
watch your space.
Mm. And thinking of watching this space, going back to a previous article about these new wheelie bikes with a push of a button,
Yeah.
One
Mm-hmm.
Wheel then released their version of it, which is more of a
Oh.
rigid frame compared to the previous one that I mentioned. But yeah, it's called Antic. 75-volt hub motor, 4 to 8 amp hour battery, so not as big.
No,
Um,
theirs was 10, wasn't it? The first company's was 10
mm.
amp. I remember. Yeah.
But the really strange thing is it doesn't come with mudguards, so you have to buy extra for the mudguards. I
Ah,
don't
that's
quite
strange,
understand
isn't
that.
it? Charging twice to you know. Hmm.
But it's same again. Seen that electric skateboard companies are going down e-scooter lanes, and now one wheel companies are going mini bike. Is
Mini
fun.
bike, yeah. Mini wheelie bikes, making use of their balance function.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
On to item 41, and ironically, turns out there is a song about being angry at electric scooter riders.
No, never.
Yeah.
Who could have
Um,
had this feeling?
it's called "You Make Me Want to Act Violently." It's the music video is just so slapstick. I just
Ah,
can't recommend this song enough. And
okay.
but we don't really have many electric skateboard, electric scooter themed music songs.
Oh, well, no,
Same
wait a second. After pause you there, we had Never in the comments earlier. He's over there in America with music. You heard any of Never's stuff?
That's true. That's on my playlist, but this is one of
Yeah.
those
Ah.
examples where rock music and being angry about these scooter riders, it just works.
Well,
Okay,
we haven't listened to that after the show then.
yeah. Um, and remember before we mentioned all the things about gosh, was it 96 miles per hour electric unicycles, 100 miles per hour e-scooters, and then for item number 42, Lin Power pushed the limits of what's possible. They've got a 16S 6P battery, and it claims it can do 30 miles per hour in 3 seconds. Ow,
Hmm.
that is fast.
Yeah, that's pretty rapid.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a good. I think the battery size was the thing with this one, wasn't it? The mileage,
yeah,
people
it
impressed with.
top speed of 40 miles per hour, but gosh, it'd be impressive if a motorbike could hit 30 miles per hour in 3 seconds, but this skateboard can do
Yeah.
it. It's just terrifying. It's
Oh yeah, the off the speed mark on the electric skateboards, we are right up on that. That is one of the advantages, isn't it? You know.
I like to call it runway speed.
Yes.
You- it's one of the reasons I kind of go for larger wheels because I don't want to
Mm.
fly into the distance with just an accidental thumb flick. Um,
Ah, yeah.
it just feels a little bit irresponsible to go that fast in three
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I, yeah, it could throw you off easily, couldn't it?
All it takes
You've
is
only
one
got to.
sneeze.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of fun though. A lot of fun. Personally, I do think that fast accelerating is one of the big thrills of PVs, and then you've got the advantage of quick stopping. Then the
Mhm.
quicker they can accelerate, the quicker they can stop. So that's my personal preference: high torque rather than high speed.
Yeah.
We're chatting a lot about speed tonight.
Mhm. On to item number 43. a new type of micromobility appears from driftboard. So, for those who have seen this article, that is an electric wheelchair hand cycle adapter. It has more spokes than the ones that you will see on eBay, Amazon, everywhere else, but they've put it onto 12-inch mountain board trucks and a skateboard. And it's got angled lights that work as you lean, and you can lock
Wow.
the caster wheel in the middle for more stability or go for
Okay.
snake. That is different. I'm still not sure what
That.
to make of it.
Yeah, yeah. It looks wild, doesn't it? Have to try run out. I bet it could be a lot of fun.
Half, what would you call them? Half driftboard, half
Mm.
motorcycle front end. It's
Yeah. It is real sort of hybrid married together there, isn't it?
but it's very different, and you can't say it's not a conversation starter.
For sure.
Moving on to 44. Finally, after many DIY attempts on the internet, there is now a go kart conversion for electric skateboards. I
Yes.
just I just wish it didn't only fit mountain boards with
They
the.
have to have the angle tips, don't they? Yeah, that's the issue with it.
But
Yeah.
if this could fit flat concave
Hmm.
decks, I would probably get one. And I said, years ago, wouldn't it be nice if there was a go kart attachment for electric skateboards? And finally, it happens.
Here it is.
Conversion
Yeah.
kit.
You think it and it's appeared, isn't it? I guess for hoverboards, the kids had those sit-down conversions in there. I've seen plenty of those whiz around my local park.
45 was a political item, told not to do it. But, electric scooters and law enforcement, interesting combination. 46, a 70 miles per hour jet powered mountain board build by the YouTube
Wow.
channel Joel Creates resurfaces on social media. I mean, we're talking about how fast the
Jet
things need to be,
powered.
but 70
Mm.
miles per hour with a jet engine on a
Yeah,
skateboard.
it's that a jet engine part of it for me, you know?
Mhm.
We got back, yeah. And we're going 70 with batteries, you know? But different strokes for different folks.
Honestly, I mean, every time I think, oh yeah, that's as fast as it'll ever get, then that
Yeah.
happens and that happens, and gosh, it really is living the future, isn't it? With that amount of power on a
Yeah.
skateboard.
Ever thought about what's the quickest speed you'd be happy riding, James? Have you got like a top limit? You think I don't want to go 100 miles an hour, I don't want to go 90 miles an hour, I don't want to,
Well, in most cases, I think where I ride 20 is plenty. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think if I had the 30 miles per hour top speed, that would just ensure that I'm climbing hills at 20, not 15.
Yeah, yeah. Having that bit of headroom, then you'd want one quicker than you actually want to go to have the power for the hills.
Exactly. Um,
Yeah,
like you said, a whole lot of woe needs a whole. Sorry, a whole lot of go needs a whole lot of woe, as Scott Davies would say.
yeah. Good advice that.
I do not like electric skateboards where the brakes are not strong enough for what they're doing.
No. Here we are. This footage that looks wild, doesn't it? So sat down again.
Hmm. I think what's so incredible about it is that he adapted.
Oh, we got Never's music there. So listen,
eh,
everyone, afterwards. Yeah.
I think what's so incredible about this build, especially, is that he just used the standard mountain board and put
Well, they are pretty amazing. These mountain boards, you know. A lot of these big. It's the reason why a lot of these big companies put the e-skates on that chassis. You know, the Lacroix and the Callies of this world.
This is
Yeah,
true. This is true. This is true.
yeah. See what happens.
On to item number 47. Um, this one is called the Micromobility, a UK Roadmap, WMG, the University of Warwick. And I spotted
Hmm.
this document being referenced in a review video for electric scooters. And a UK
It was
road.
the roadmap, wasn't it? The way
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
legalization. Is that right? Yeah.
And they were saying this document is being referenced in a lot of offices of power in terms of how they are going to legalize e-scooters, but I can't find it, which is
Hmm.
suspicious, but also how wait, so this document is telling them how we're going to legalize e-scooters, but the average person
We've
can't
lost.
read it. What's going on
Yeah,
there? What restrictions are being discussed, and why is there no what's the word, scrutiny? Where's the scrutiny? You know what I mean?
we need some light shone on this, don't we? See what's going on.
Because so what, it's been almost 10 years since e-scooters first started appearing, and we're still waiting for legalization.
Yeah.
All right then. So the last three items are just kind of roundups and conversation pieces. Number 48. Obviously, there's a lot of electric skateboard companies. They bring out a new model that's belt driven, hub driven, gear driven, direct drive driven. If I mentioned any and all of them, I'd be here all
Chain
day.
drive.
So yeah, but the main thing is, as we know, as can't speak, as we have seen, gear drive motors are getting smaller and stronger, and they seem to be catching on as expected.
Hmm.
What do you think of the gear drive scene in 2025, James?
There's been a push towards that way of trend the last year or two, hasn't there?
Mm.
And I think there's lots of advantages to it. Some disadvantages, a lot of advantages.
Mm. I think one of the interesting conversations that started when gear drives first emerged was, can they be successful with plastic gears? Can
Yes.
Is it all about CNC metal gears and
Hmm.
also a good video game, Metal Gear Solid? Played that for the first time recently. Fantastic.
Good recommendation there. Yeah, I think lighter riders, lower power applications of plastics can and do work. I think heavier riders, higher power applications, metal.
If I'm not mistaken, I think some of them have optional gear ratios, not just the standard ratio you're stuck with.
Yeah, there's been one or two just recently who've come where you can change the ratio, can't you?
Mm.
But it does. It's not a simple switch scenario. You also changing out a cog gear,
But
it does give you that option.
it is still good
Hey,
to see that they are, they're working with the technology and seeing what it can do, what it
yeah,
can do,
yeah.
and the fact they're making these motors smaller and smaller. I'm fairly confident the gear drives are much smaller than any direct drive system.
Oh, I got you. The actual gear drive case itself is getting smaller now with clearance and what have you. Yeah, yeah,
Good for
that's a
those
big
wheelies.
improvement. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. If you want to pull wheelies, definitely go gear drive. My recommendation.
And on to number 49. As we've said many times in this show, electric skateboard companies are getting more into deck lighting and underglow lights and enclosures that have lights, and it just very Tron inspired. And that pattern has continued because everybody knows, if you want to stay safe on a skateboard, you will need lights in the dark.
Definitely.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Now there's a bit on the fence by the looks of it. Likes the idea, but failing. Yeah, when they fail, it is bad. Another negative, changing ratios. We started to touch on that earlier, and different wheel sizes can be a negative for them as well.
And on
Yeah,
to
the lights are good. Lights are good. What you were saying?
yeah, I was just going to say, and for the last item, 50, 5 years of me doing yearly roundups
Hmm.
with electric skateboard news. Will it continue? And then the other
Hope so.
conversation topic was, will RAM shortages affect e-skate? Obviously, the manufacturing side of things might go up. But yeah, to start off, do you think I should keep doing this, James?
Definitely, 100%.
Because sometimes you don't get the feedback and you don't get the reviews, and you think, does anybody really care about the history of electric skateboards?
We're at such an early stage of it now, aren't we? It's changing so quickly and so exciting. I wonder if in another 5 years if it will slow down, the or will it continue as it has?
Yeah, I suppose the only thing that they haven't really done is proper hoverboards, so cargo drones.
Real hoverboards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be funny to have like an optional flying mode for your electric skateboard. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, Never's on the Please Don't Stop as well. Just keep it going.
That's
Another
cool.
5 years at least.
As for the other little, mm, oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah, I remember this happening.
Yeah, one thing I asked them about is would they 3D print you well provide replacement parts like the mounting and the locks? Because I had a first generation Shredlights SLFX, the non Bluetooth underglow lights, and part of the frame that the lock goes into broke away, and I can't get a replacement for that. So £40 light is basically a paperweight because they will not give me the mounting that I need to
Uh,
make it work, and I don't have a 3D printer, nor do I know anybody
yeah.
with it. But it's just
Maybe,
frustrating.
maybe, maybe someone on the club, on the group, might be able to hook you up about printing some
Yeah,
technologies.
I've been
It
asking for a
shouldn't
few
be a
more.
case the manufacturer should really do it, shouldn't they?
Yeah, but going back to that last point, there's a lot of conversation about RAM shortages and how
Mm.
storage for memory is pretty much going to, gosh, quadruple in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. There is no stopping because of the AI centers that they're building and all the
Mm.
RAM storage it needs. I just wonder how would that affect electric skateboards? Because obviously there's machines that make these parts and stuff. They probably have memory, RAM, and all that.
Yeah. Am I right? A lot of these are made in Taiwan, I think, isn't it? A lot of the chips.
Not sure, but I do know that it's
Yeah.
drastically going to affect the electric skateboard. Sorry, the video game industry. They're saying that video game consoles will be going up and up in price rather than down in price like
Oh
they would
no,
traditionally.
it's not what we want. Let's hope the opposite of that, then, James, for
Mhm.
the gaming world as well as the Escape game fun.
So that is, I guess, the annual roundup. I will post this
Yeah,
in a comment thread below my YouTube video, and I will post this on the Facebook pages, so you can click through the more details. Uh, Thank you, Jan.
another one. Please do, and we had Craig as well in the comments as well. Everyone's
But
voting.
it's
Keep
it's
going.
just fun to see that the battle for e-scooter legalization is still going. They are still inventing new and wondrous things for electric skateboards, and as cool as this technology is, there is still the terrifying things that is being done with it. How fast is fast enough? RoboCop one wheels. That it just it's a trip and a half. It really is. Thanks.
Absolutely. And we'll have another trip around the sun now, another year. See you all again next week, if not before.
Before we round it up, is
Mm.
there any of these topics you want to go back to? I realise I didn't read out the full blurb with every single piece.
No, I think tonight just that little snippet of each was good. Maybe we can go more in detail next time.
Thank you. As
Yeah,
always, ride safe, make it to the new year, and have a wonderful summer.
yeah. Everyone enjoy, and see you all next time.